Well, it's Oake Keri in the morning here at Basilica Block Party, night 2, and we are sitting down with a few of the members of the band Train. Hi, guys.
Hello.
Hi.
We've talked to you several times, actually. 2 years ago, we have a picture of talking to you, Pat. And Cities 97 has been a big fan of your music for a long time. We love the new single, and we're excited. You guys are working on new music, yeah?
Well, we've already recorded a new album. It's called
It's done.
It's done.
Yeah, it's called Bulletproof Picasso, and it comes out on the 16th of September. The video for Angel and Blue Jeans comes out Tuesday, so we're pretty excited. We just announced that Danny Trejo, who is been
Machete!
in 400 movies, literally,
Yeah.
and also a girl named Hannah Simone, who is an actress on a show called New Girl, and they are. This is the best video we've ever made because we didn't sit around lip syncing the whole time, like air jamming guitars.
We let Danny do the lip syncing in this one.
It's really great, man. It's super heavy.
Your videos have gotten pretty...
Epic?
Pretty epic, yeah.
It's like a movie.
Yeah?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
Well, I mean, that makes sense that you've got those two actors in there because, I mean, this has a almost spaghetti western feel to it. Like I was jokingly said on the air the other day, at the end of that song there needs to be a yow, like a big whip at the end because it sounds like that kind of song.
Yep. Well, instead there's just a bunch of gunshots.
That works too.
That
works too. Actually, I just talked to you a week ago. We played a bunch of it on the air. You talked about how this summer is sort of atypical for Train because generally it's just work, like literally no breaks.
Yeah.
And here, you're doing a couple things here and there. You actually get a little time to breathe and feel like normal human beings, then back to it. Do you see that going away once the release of the album comes along and then it just requires constantly being back on the road, or are you trying to craft a new way of doing what you do?
It's probably going to go away, which is a good thing. I mean, if the record does well, then we will get to work. And I mean, for us, it's like working is a pleasure. We get to go out and play these songs around the world. So, if the songs do well, then we will go out and work.
Angel and Blue Jeans is really big in Africa.
Yeah.
All of Africa?
Mostly the southern part of Africa.
Right.
But
Yeah,
still,
but Algeria, and that's up north.
creeping up.
Wow.
That's crazy. I remember.
It's crazy, right?
I love that because like Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, they're popular. They're I mean, people know them here, but they're not a household name. But there are a couple of like Middle Eastern countries where they're top 10 superstars. I mean, like just bizarre little things. So, have there been other spots in the world where songs or albums have taken off where we haven't toured there before? It's time to go to Benelux or wherever it might be.
And we haven't toured Africa before, so it would be amazing to get to go over there.
Maybe our shot. I mean, because with Drive By, that song was #1 in Beirut for like 3 months. Yeah, it's amazing like how music makes such a big impression in certain areas for certain reasons, and other songs like they just don't resonate. Like Drive By was so much bigger around the world than Hey Soul Sister was. But not in the U.S.
Right.
So everywhere else, by far, by a long shot.
It always blows my mind how certain songs will sort of hit that cultural barrier, even like to North and Canada, like things just die, or like coming down from Canada, they won't happen even though the culture is basically the same.
Yeah, it's the same.
But then all of a sudden, Drive By, you got a #1 song across the ocean for 3 months.
Well, AAA stations like Cities 97 are the core of, I think, American music. But there's not many of you left. And the ones that are left are influencing your culture as well, like Minneapolis, and there's great New York AAA. There's a lot of them out there still, but like in San Francisco, but a lot of them are gone. They play classic rock and stuff, and so we're just so psyched that you guys are playing the song, and because we know that this is really where the core of music lovers live. It's here. Pop music, pop radio stations are, they're very fleeting. They love you for the time that your song is out, and then the time is gone. But you can have a career here, and so I hope you guys keep doing as well as you've always done.
One of the things that I love about your band is I've been a fan since the first record. I wanted to dial in, and I have it on my phone, but I'm recording this on my phone, so I can't show you the songs that I love. But I love the hits for sure. I think everybody loves the Train hits, the big upbeat songs or whatever. But from the beginning, you guys have some really great emotional ballads, and Feels Good at First. Is that from the last record? You have 2 or 3 songs on that last record that I still feel like I am so grateful as a fan that you're still making these songs that really penetrate your heart and they feel like, yes, even though there's also great songs that feel like you can play for your friends, your family, at parties, whatever, and those are fun too. And I really appreciate as a fan that you guys are still continuing to make music for everybody in lots of different categories. Is that intentional or is that just how you do it?
I just think it's like a movie. You know, you want every album to mean something. Every scene has to mean something, every character. And if it doesn't, then it's not a good movie. And we just try to get better at making movies instead of worse. You know, it's not about, it'll never be about, hey, just write a hit and then a bunch of songs that, you know, nobody cares about anyway.
Right.
Will always be an album-oriented rock band, which is just no one even knows what that means anymore.
Oh, we know what that means.
But
I'm very appreciative.
Yeah.
Very appreciative.
Yeah, it matters to us.
I'm glad to hear. One last question, then we'll let you go. Talking about the legacy and the long-term relationship and having a career, Train has been coming to Cities 97 from the beginning. Studio Cs are kind of the heart of what we do. And a couple of years before I started at Cities 97, I've been there a long time. I think it was 1999 maybe, you guys came through, and for people who only know Train in recent years, you might not know the depth and the ability and the crazy musicality of this band, because while in Studio C on your first visit ever, you did one of the most searing renditions of Ramble On I've ever heard in my entire life. Covering Led Zeppelin, first of all, is ambitious. Second of all, probably pretty foolhardy unless you know you're going to do it. And it's, to this day, of the thousands of them we've had, one of my very, very favorite Studio C performances. Do you guys ever break that song out anymore, or is that part of the past?
We've played it here at the Basilica Block Party 4 times, so we're going to do a different Zeppelin song tonight.
Fine, for real.
Yeah.
And we figure, look, you know, you got to have either a really big balls or a really small brain to do it.
Right.
Or you need to drink as much wine as we do. And so we just have figured out how to drink enough wine to just go ahead and take a chance.
Well, maybe it's a combination of all three.
But you know what? In all seriousness, though, I mean, we have a singer in Pat that can pull it off. And I mean, that's really the truth.
Right. Nice work, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Nice work. Things are looking good for our relationship. They continue to go great.
Yeah, take note, Keri Noble. All right, we're talking to Jimmy and Pat from the band Train. They're playing tonight, headlining night 2 on the big stage, the Sun Country Airlines stage at the Basilica Block Party. Thanks for coming back, you guys, and best of luck with the new record.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you, guys.